Hi, I'm Michelle. I am the founder of Pole Movement. I started Pole over a decade ago and I was obsessed instantly. I think it was my second class. I bought my own pole. I literally lived, breathed, dreamed all things pole. And I think it was around 6 months after I did my first pole class that I actually started teaching people. And not long after that, around about a year, I met up with my business partner, Vlada, and we opened this beautiful space that you see around you today. The journey with Pole Fit Dubai was incredible. I met some amazing people. I was fortunate enough to have international pole celebrities come and to learn from them as they taught workshops. And then I was also fortunate enough to be able to travel the world myself and teach workshops around the world. It's been an incredible experience and journey. I've always loved teaching, but I've always really loved learning. I love being a student. And in 2018, I was feeling a little bit burned out from working so much in the studio and from teaching, and I wanted to go back to finding my passion and what I loved about pole and about movement. And so I actually immersed myself in yoga teacher trainings and anatomy trainings. I think I did over 500 hours of teacher trainings in the space of a year, and I really became obsessed with getting more knowledge and understanding more about our body and how we move. And what I realized after doing those courses was I felt like there was a massive gap with the courses that were offered in pole. I felt like there wasn't really anything that offered the same kind of depth and breadth of knowledge in the pole community, and I really wanted to create a course that I wanted to learn from, that I would have loved to do as a new kind of up-and-coming pole teacher. So I really wanted to bring something to the market that gave people all of the information that they needed in one place, and that's what Pole Movement is. So when I was kind of dreaming up Pole Movement, I knew that I wanted to give students something physical that they could hold in their hands, because I'm such a visual learner. I love learning from books and I love having books as a reference. And so I started writing and created this. I never really intended it for it to be so heavy. It's over 650 pages of knowledge and empowering information. I just wanted to give students something that they could hold in their hands, where they have all of the information that they need in one place. And so when you enroll in the course, you will get one of these bad boys in the mail, and this one of these for your very own to have and to hold. And of course, it's available as well online on your student portal in digital form. So as soon as you enroll, you don't have to wait to start. You can start straight away and start reading this online. And the other huge part of the course materials is the video library. We have a huge video library, over 100 videos breaking down each chapter of the book so that it kind of brings the course materials to life and helps you understand. And then we also have hundreds of videos explaining each pole move, and we go into so much detail with that. We demonstrate the move, then we break down the teaching points that you would be able to relay to your students, and then we also go into common mistakes that you see, corrections, variations and progressions, so how you can change up the move to suit the person in front of you. If it's a more complicated movement, the anatomy of that movement and how you can use that to understand the biomechanics of that movement. And then we go into safe spotting techniques and adjustments. So each video is super detailed and gives you everything that you need to be able to understand how to teach people. And it's not really about how many moves we cover, even though we cover hundreds. It's more about teaching you how to break down a movement into manageable bite-sized chunks for your students, and understanding how to assess a movement and really see the biomechanical principles that are at play and apply that to all moves and all of your teaching. As a student of pole movement, you'll be given access to the student portal. And as we mentioned, that's where you're going to get access to the digital copy of your training manual and the video library, but also your assessments. And people get really nervous when we say assessments, but they're really just designed to help make sure that you understand the course materials and you're really getting the most out of the course. So the first element is your workbook. And this is a series of short answer, like written questions relating to each chapter of the book. And we're there to help give feedback and help you through just answering those questions. And then we have multiple choice questions. Those are very basic to ensure that you really understand the course materials. Once you've completed your assignments for each chapter, then your final exam will be unlocked. And that sounds really daunting, but it's really not. The idea is to see how you can apply all of the knowledge that you've accumulated throughout the course to a practical scenario. And so there's two parts to the final exam. The first is simply a small written question just of why you want to be a pole teacher. And so, what motivates you, what inspires you, what you've learned from the course. And then the second part is a video submission. And there are two parts to this submission. The first is about your personal skills and your pole skills. And it really doesn't have to be so high because we don't believe that you need to be an advanced pole dancer to be a great teacher. So you just need to be able to show that you can create a choreography with simple 2 tricks, transitions, spins, and inversions in it. So it's showing that you can do those basic moves and that you can create them into a nice choreography, which we will give you all of the skills to be able to do. And then the second part is a mock class. So where you will film yourself teaching a class, and that can be to 2 or more people, and we will see how you can apply all of the practical skills that you've gained from the course into a kind of class scenario. And once you've submitted that final exam online, you will upload the video link to your portal. We will review it, and there really is no failing. The only way that you can fail is by not doing it. So we want you to succeed. We're here to help you and to make sure that you get to that point that you need to be a really successful, knowledgeable, and confident teacher. So when I was writing the anatomy section of the book, I felt like I wanted to give students even more information and even more knowledge. And so I had seen Simone on Instagram with the pole physio and the amazing knowledge and information that she was sharing with the pole community through her blog and her Instagram videos. And I reached out to her to ask her originally to fact check the book and to just make sure that everything was good with the anatomy section. And she had so much amazing feedback and was really excited about the course that I knew that we had to partner up and she had to be a part of it. And so we joined forces. And if you've ever seen any of Simone's videos, you know that she is really amazing at making quite hard to digest subjects really easy and light and fun. And she's got such incredible energy to her. So she really brings something to pole movement, and she's amazing to have as part of the team.
Hi, I'm Simone. I'm the owner of the Pole Physio and co-owner at Pole Movement. I've been pole dancing for just over 10 years now. For me, pole has become not just a passion, it's become my work as well. Within a few years of being a pole dancer, I realized that not many pole dancers have access to great quality healthcare out there. Healthcare professionals didn't really understand pole dancers and the injuries that they experienced. So I set out to change that. In 2020, I opened the Pole Physio, which is a dedicated healthcare service for pole dancers worldwide. But that isn't just enough for me. For me to be able to promote good healthcare, it actually comes from not just us healthcare professionals, it actually starts with instructors. So for me, I wanted to be able to make a change to the pole industry in a huge way. And so I set out to create the ultimate pole dance instructor course. And here we are today, and it's called Pole Movement. Because in short, it's needed. I've treated so many pole instructors over the years that have turned to me and said, Simone, I've learnt so much from you in such a short period of time. I've learnt key information that I wish I knew at the start of my pole instructor journey. Why wasn't this taught to me in my certification? And I've really had to sit back and listen to what the instructor community have said. We want our instructors to thrive and in turn, our students to succeed. But for this to happen, our instructors need all of the knowledge, the tools and the resources for them to be able to do so from day one in their pole instructor certification course. And at the moment, most instructor certification courses teach them the skeleton of what they need to know. Yes, physio analogy intended. We want to be able to provide not just the skeleton, we want all of the muscles and the ligaments and everything else in between to really help build the body here of what instructors need to know. Something that they can refer back to at any point in their pole journey as an instructor.
First of all, it's such an exciting and rewarding career path. You're going to love it. Second of all, I think that being a good teacher comes from confidence. And confidence to me comes from two things. So the first is from knowledge. So doing a course like this, where you really feel like you know your stuff, understanding deeply the subject of pole and movement, so that when you're standing in front of a class, you feel like, I really know what I'm talking about, and I feel confident in my knowledge. And the second part is experience, and that just comes from time. Nobody is born a good pole teacher from the first try, okay? It's a skill, and it's something that can be developed and improved over time with practice. And it's a really amazing and exciting journey that you will go through, this transformation from a new teacher where you feel a little bit nervous and a little bit unsure, to really finding that kind of courage and conviction where you can stand in front of a class and you can lead them and step into your power as a teacher. And we at Pole Movement are here to help you get to that point. So if you're serious about becoming a pole teacher, a course like Pole Movement can really help you on that journey. Our course is designed to give you all of the tools and knowledge that you need to be a confident and empowered teacher. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch and we will get back to you.